Hello everyone, I'm back. Yes, it is the return of Todd Talk. Because when Todd talks, people listen. Hopefully. I apologize for my absence these last few months. I had a Kickstarter that took up all the time that I had. Then work and life and just been crazy. But I am back, and I hope to do this on a semi-regular basis when I can. Just continue to give you my thoughts and opinions on everything. So I thought a good way to start would be to talk about something that's coming up next week at the time of this recording, which is the second death battle of Season 3. I didn't technically do a battle reaction to Dante versus Bayonetta, so let me just give it to you right now. I totally agree with the result. And I say this being a massive Bayonetta fan. I was so happy uh, when I played it. I got the Bayonetta 2 bundle on the Wii U, so I got to play the first game and then the second game. Loved them both. Wouldn't have been able to play if they weren't on Wii U. Then when she got into Smash Brothers, I thought that was totally cool. That showed the love that the character had gotten, and I love the character of Bayonetta. And so when I heard she's going against Dante, I honestly was very unsure of how she was going to do, because I've never played a Devil May Cry game. I knew what it was, and I knew how powerful Dante was, but I had never played, so I had no, uh, inside information like I've had in other battles. So then I started watching the previews, and almost instantly I knew Bayonetta was going to have a problem because Dante can regenerate. And like they show that he gets stabbed like every gosh dang day. And, that would be a problem. And then when they canceled out her witch time with his Quicksilver power, his Quicksilver style, there we go, that I kind of knew she was going down. Now, obviously, you can be surprised, and they could have told us something at the end that would have justified Bayonetta winning, but you kind of knew. So I know there's a lot of people out there who hated the Bayonetta loss to Dante. I respect that you love the character that much that you think she should have won. I've had death battles like that, Green Arrow vs. Hawkeye, Peach vs. Zelda. Those are the ones where I kind of think they got it wrong, but that's just me. And so now we turn to Bowser versus Ganondorf. The return, or the battle of the perennial villains, if you will. This is a classic. It's kind of like an evolution of Peach vs. Zelda, if you really think about it. And it's also a really interesting matchup because these are two villains, who are known for, wanting to take over everything and wanting to capture the princess in one way or another, for one reason or another. And yet they're entirely different in their styles. Bowser is a brute, but he's smarter than people give him credit for. Yes, he's played as an idiot, and yet how many times has he actually taken over the Mushroom Kingdom? I mean, think about it. The point of the Mario games is that Bowser has almost always taken over something, and along with his kin, obviously, and you have to fight through the worlds that he has taken over just to save Princess Peach. And every single time he just has like this enormous power. He's tough to beat. And he has vehicles. He steals powers. He stole the Star Rod in Paper Mario. He's smarter than people give him credit for. And he's also just tenacious. He is one of the most tenacious people or beings you'll find in video games because he just keeps coming back. And then you have Ganon, who started off as this giant pig monster, then became a man, then became a man that could transform into a pig, and he has magic. He has the Triforce of power on his hand, which gives him even more power, which is incredibly scary. He's taken over plenty of times in one form or another, including ruling Hyrule for 7 years in Ocarina of Time, probably most famously. And they note that he's the reincarnation of Demise from a Skyward Sword, which is important for how I think this battle is going to go. So you got these two characters, you know, one is tenacious and just overly powerful in Bowser. Then you got like this cunning strategist in Ganon, because Ganon really is quite brilliant. I mean, he knows how to wait. That's important. He waited 7 years and just watched over everything. And then the moment that Zelda revealed herself to Link, bam, he's there. You know, you can't just do that. You know, Bowser would have scoured the entire realm of Hyrule looking for Sheik, I guess, and you know, never would have realized that was Zelda. But Ganon was like, okay, I know you'll reveal yourself to me eventually. I'm gonna wait for you, and he did, and he almost won because of it. So yeah, you got brute strength, tenacity with some rather interesting genius, and then you got magic power and eternal hate, if you really think about it, mixed with cunning and patience. So who's gonna win here? I'm putting my faith in Bowser, and I'll tell you why. He's got two things I think Ganon doesn't. One is incredible defense, and I don't just mean his shell, though his shell is quite strong. He has that power, and like his shell is even a weapon. You know, he can shoot spikes out of it, and you obviously can't touch his shell. And even his undershell, which is where you technically attack most of the time, you know, it's not a guarantee that you're going to do a lot of damage. You know, think about how much Mario has to sometimes power himself up to, you know, beat Bowser. So he's got the defense. But to me, the real trick here is, think of this. How many times has Bowser died? I'll give you a second to think about this. The answer that I recall is 0. Every single Mario game, from the beginning to now, is one Bowser. Now, yes, sometimes you face, you know, Bowser Jr. and the rest of the Koopalings and all that stuff. But when you're fighting Bowser, you're fighting the same Bowser every single time. It's just he's meaner, he's tougher, he's got a different power up, he's got a new scheme, you know, to try and take over and all that. It's the same Bowser. He has never died. He's taken butt whippings. He has been launched into space. He can survive the vacuum of space, and so can Mario. Now that I think about it, that's kind of weird. He has been dumped into lava. He has been shot at incredible speeds, landed with ferocious impacts. He has been underwater. A freaking fire Koopa is breathing underwater for some reason. I don't understand it either, but he does. You know, he just keeps coming back. He does not die. But Ganon does. And in fact, every single Zelda game that has a Ganon in it is not the same Ganon. It is a reincarnation of Ganon via his connection with Demise, a curse, if you will, that they talked about in the preview, and that was noted in Skyward Sword. You know, this is a different Ganon every time. Now, yes, there's like the timeline branch thing that honestly doesn't matter. Every single version of Ganon is different. So even if they do the combination of it all, like they did with Link versus Cloud, you know, that's still one problem. He dies. He has been stabbed in the head. He has been stabbed in the heart. He has been blasted with magic. You know, he's been light arrows to the chest. You know, you have to kill him to win each Zelda game that he is in one form or another. That's a big difference, because if you think about it, since Bowser's never died, how do we know what kills him? If anything can kill him. You know? That's a difference. And am I saying Ganon can't win? No. I'm sure that he has, he might have a power to kill Bowser. But the problem here is that we don't know Bowser's limits. Yes, he has HP in many games, or, you know, if you hit him, you know, 5 or some times, you beat him, but you just beat him, you don't kill him. And that could be the difference. To me, that's the big self because you say, well, wait a minute, Ganon's got his massive pig form like we see in like Twilight Princess. And he does. But Bowser's also insanely strong. So, I mean, they even show in his preview him holding that massive steel ball. And so that thing's easily multiple times heavier than that pig. So, and Bowser, or Ganon may have magic, but Bowser, he's withstood magic before. He's used magic before in his own way. And again, his defenses might be strong enough to withstand it. And I mean, think of all the stuff that Bowser has done. Think about all the stuff Bowser has withstood and dished out just as much. Can Ganon kill someone who technically has not died? I don't know. We're going to have to wait till this Wednesday to find out. So, with that, I will end this relatively short Todd Talk. I thank you for listening. Let me know what you think about my thoughts about the upcoming death battle. And if you think you know who's going to win, post it in the comments below. Let's get a chat going. So, I thank you for watching. If you've made it this far, I know you are listening, and I will see you around.